Mm, we are streaming. Oh yeah. As always, I am gonna self promote my stream. Wait, and actually, let me do something here. Hold on a second. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh, there's someone in the chat. Hold on a second. Who could that could be? And it is Anka. Hello, random Brazilian. Oh my god. Hello, Anka. You Irish cat. Welcome in. How's it going? So I will we will start this stream here. So yeah, so I'll also promote oh my god, come on man. There you go. Let's see. Ta-ta. How's life? Pretty good. How about yours, Uncle? Oh, hello, Lino McLeod. Welcome, man. Welcome. Yay. The streets are full of green and Irish shit. Roads trail closed. Damn. Heartbreak on that. No. Ah, hello, Aiden. Welcome in. This is our first time. I think this is our first time appearing in my streams before. Way to screw up my name. Oh, oh yeah, he just spelled it wrong. He forgot the H. 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 So anyways, how's it going, Aiden? Okay, yeah, I'm starting my stream right now. I'm starting my stream right now. So all right, so let's go. Wait, hold on. Let me go to the video here first. Let me go to the video first here. Hold on. Let me get my video here. Stop. Okay, let me read the comment. Uh, uh, Doing okay. That's good. Are you allowed to roleplay? Um, you mean like allowed? If you can do roleplay on on my chat? Uh, oh no. I mean like. Because this is not a roleplay stream. This is a reaction stream. I mean, but I mean, if you want your characters to roleplay in the chat here, well, as long as not weird, yeah, yeah. So yeah. So if you want to play, if you want to roleplay, that's fine to me. If with your characters, want the commentary, comment on the video that we are watching here. So that's all good. Oh, yeah, the video. I almost forgot about the video. Let me close this here. There we go. Wait, what the? What? Why? Okay, I'm not even gonna comment that. Anyway, so the video that we are going to react to is what's it called again? Oh, yeah, it's on the title. 2000 Lost Media Iceberg Explain. So yeah, guys, Iceberg video. It's been a minute we watched an Iceberg video. What was the last time I watched? Can't actually. Oh, what was the last time I watched an Iceberg video? Nah, I don't know. So let's stop talking. Let's go. Let me load the volume here. Yeah, I gotta downgrade the quality. Yeah, guys, I may have to put the quality on here because due to because it might lag on stream, so I have to downgrade the quality. So yeah. So anyway, guys, so let's stop talking and let's freaking go.
Today we'll be looking at lost media from the 2000s. This isn't absolutely everything there is, or we'd be here forever. But I think these are cases that many would find interesting. Some cases have been solved, some not, and some are complete.
Let's go.
TV movie that was released on Nickelodeon's old Snick Block back in October of
We've never
2000.
seen
It
this.
follows two brothers that release an evil. It didn't air again for more than a decade and didn't have any other releases via home video about it being too scary for a kids channel, thus becoming lost media. In the early 2000s, many spoke of the film's existence and disappearance, sparking a hunt for it. The hunters contacted Nickelodeon and were told that the company knew nothing about the film, it never aired, and that it was a myth. However, it blew up and the film was posted to YouTube. Teen Nick popped up with a re-airing of the film on Halloween of that year, revealing that it was never lost in the first place.
Oh, okay.
After it was teased at the end of the Nintendo 64 game Banjo-Tooie, word of Banjo-3 quickly spread and would become a lost in the early era. At Space World 2000, the GameCube, there was a showing featuring Banjo, Kazooie, and Mumbo running from a horde of enemies. This once again fanned the flames of 3E definitely being a thing. However, when 3E was never produced, shared belief of it being some lost media due to the teaser and tech demo started getting around.
Oh, God, nothing.
This would
Bolt.
Continue even after the release of Banjo Nuts and Bolts in
Get out of
2008.
here.
Many believe this was the case due to Microsoft's acquisition, when in truth, Banjo 3 for the GameCube was never played. OG6 Toa, the Toa Mata, each traversing a level based on their element. Due to a glitch and lack of the key to game through the development studio, Lightstone Studios, with the first version of the project named Bionicle: The Legend of Matanui Rebuilt being released in 2019. That movie originally
Oh.
with Sid and had a different now lost ending. And the DVD commentary, the flick's direct Diego the Tiger death into real death, leaving audiences didn't take to him well. No one was on board with Diego dying. Initial relationship with Sylvia made him too unlikable. The original ending was never released anywhere and still hasn't been found.
Wow.
Me and My Friends is most likely the most well-known
Oh, Me and
lost
My
media case of the
Friends.
modern
Oh my god.
era due to the amount of
Uh,
drama involved in it. Live action acted as a beta
Hold on a
of the
second. My
backyard of the
mic.
series.
You guys can't hear me, right? I think you guys. Oh no. Hey, okay, you can hear me. Okay. I thought my mic wasn't working there, but no, I think it's good.
After being filmed for a long time, the only footage to be found from it was a small snippet.
Hmm? Who is there? Rancy Rose 93. YT. I again another person that I never seen on my shop. See how's it going? Yeah. Okay. I like seeing people that I never seen on my shop before.
By, let's just say it, the word liars, claiming to have access to the full pilot. However, the full pilot would be posted to Fortune and eventually YouTube in
Yeah, this is
2025,
a
with Paramount copyright blocking it short. In case such as this, you can still find it elsewhere. While Me and My Friends was found, there's still a search going on for the original CG
yeah
pilot
the
for the backyard
pilot.
again. This was
Yeah, there's
Janice and 2G, and no clips from this pilot. No video has surfaced or has been found as of yet.
I will.
The Shrek series is
Oh,
one
that's
that's
what
no
they can be
stranger to
found.
lost media. The Ogre's original voice was comedian Chris Farley.
Yeah, I know this about
But
Shrek.
did you know
Yeah.
Shrek didn't always sound the way that Mike presents him
Good.
now?
Oh my god, the comment. I gotta check my comments. Good. How are you? We're doing good. I'm doing good, and that's good. That's good to hear. Doing good.
Much.
This is my swamp. Our swamp. Let go, dog. You let go. Stubborn jackass. Millie.
Oh no, no, my strip. Stop. No, Okay, guys. I don't know what the hell. I don't even know what the hell just happened. My stream died. No, it didn't die. Something weird happened there. So forget that happened. That was weird. Okay. I was like here.
Stars Code Holder is a fighting game I still wish we got. This canceled Capcom crossover fighter would take characters from Street Fighter like Alex, Dimitri Strider, and the then new Ingrid and throw them into a 2.5D fighter with sidestepping and rip-off fatalities. The game originally was set to be Capcom versus SNK 3, but due to SNK being unavailable after bankruptcy, Capcom would opt for an in-company crossover. After being announced in 2002 and playtested via demo at JAMA, the game got mixed reception, with many liking everything but the animations and character models when compared to other 3D fighters. Further tests would garner more and more negative reactions, and in 2003, Capcom would fully cancel the project. Despite the game having full demo builds with multiple playable characters, as seen in multiple screenshots, it's still under lock and key, never being released to be played outside of these tests. Before dropping on the Switch, Metroid Dread was first developed for the Nintendo DS, teased and rumored for years before getting caught and stuck in development hell. Much like its finished counterpart, Dread DS was a 2D side-scroller taking place post-fusion. Dread coming from the player constantly being chased as it were in the previous game. The game was officially announced in Nintendo Magazine in 2006, and in 2009, a prototype was developed. However, Metroid designer and director Yoshia Sakamoto wasn't a fan, took it off the E3 showings list, and put development on hold. Since then, the game was thrown to the side before being reimagined for the Switch with no bugs and file surfacing. Allegedly, via Liam Robertson of Unseen 64, a synopsis of the game was given to Select Press.
Yeah. But
if you grew up in the 2000s, I know you remember these iconic bumpers.
Boomerang bumpers.
The Boomerang channel.
Yay.
One of Parks' bumpers can easily be found online, but there are many from the 2006 through 7 era that were more rare than the 04 through 06 ones that we know so well. The former most likely lost forever. The Disney Channel 1 bumpers, where channel stars would state their names before attempting to draw the Mickey logo.
What the hell was that? Wait, is my chat work? Hold on, is my chat? I don't think I can check my chat. Hold on a second. What the hell's going on with my thing here? Hold on, let me check something here. Is it? Hold on, guys. Let me check something. Hold on a second. I know it is still showing there. There's the invite link if you guys want to chat with me. So let's go back to the video.
Most memorable parts of the channel. However, there are many of these bumpers, such as the Shia LaBeouf, Lindsay Lohan, and darn near all the Life with Derek and Mitchell Musos for Monster House, and all the High School Musical Halloween Town ones.
Okay. Really? Nah, oh my. I'm not showing an ad. Get that out of here. Okay. Oops, sorry. I'm sorry about that. Let me show the screen here. Hold on. Hmm? What the? What the? What the hell is going? Hello? Wait, can you guys see? What the hell is going? Oh, there. Oh, there. No, that was weird. Okay.
but was unfinished and canceled due to constantly being called too mature. While concept art surfaced from the first announcement and later in 2015, no actual
Oh.
a game where Barbie time travels to find Jim McGuffin. The game was a sequel to the original Barbie Explorer for the GameCube, and this is a lost MTV pilot from the year 2000. This show was a talent competition where contestants would show off some bizarre talent and be judged by 3 judges. Whichever team wins gets a bunch of money, of which they had no clue on. Before this, the girls noticed the crew covering cameras and other equipment in plastic tarps. Before they knew it, the shower rangers turned their backs to Elise. All of a sudden, I was smelling something disgusting and started to gag. I looked at my friends and they were covered in something. As I looked down at myself, I realized that I was too. This got MTV sued and the show canceled, with the pilot becoming lost media that's better off lost.
Damn. Thing.
Super Mario 64 Big Star. This was a
I
5-minute
already know
video
this.
made in Windows Movie Maker 2 that claims to be a guide unlocking Luigi and Mario. At least viewers locked the hit bar and changed Mario's clothes, cut the K-Fi car zombie jump scare after a bunch of other stuff in classic YouTube fashion. The uploader Lotus eventually deleted the video, not
Oh.
remembering why he did so. The closest to finding the video is through a reaction video titled Little Brother. Different portions of the video were found by multiple people. One being the F-Zero GP Legend was an anime based on the Nintendo's F-Zero series.
I've
I'm
never
sure
seen this
many of you
show
remember
before.
15 episodes of the dub were aired, leaving the other 11 to never be showcased or appear by any other means. Jeff the Killer is one of the most prolific creepypastas of the 2000s, and as of late, has become one of the most prolific lost media hunts as well. While
I'll Jeff the Killer.
many are more than familiar with this image of a pure white face, large eyes, and creepy smile, no one knows where the composite picture original sighting of the killer variant was on the Japanese 2005 with the caption, "The Fear of Summer Nights," and the description, "A certain celebrity before plastic surgery." There are comments on the image that claim to have seen the image even before for that. This picture was spread with the intent, and that's the one that we're familiar with as the classic Jeff the Killer image. There are tons of theories around Jeff's original version. One being that it's an edited cap of an unattractive girl from a live stream. Another stating that it comes from a just been found. There's a partially found pilot for the original Ben 10 series that was originally claimed to be a piece of fan art by the series creator,
Yeah, I know
Dunk
about this
Below,
too.
in 2020. However, in 2021, the pilot's actual footage was surfaced in which it would be revealed to the world that it was indeed the pilot. The video game
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Banjo-Kazooie might have had a cartoon in the late 2000s. Around 2007, production would begin on an animated series based on the property, with
Another.
concept art being
Yeah,
presented.
there's like
However,
this.
the project would fall apart
I do know about it.
according to
I remember
Amelia
seeing that on the
Lopez.
Nintendo
And
like
aside from
Iceberg
what
video.
Lopez posted to Twitter in
I always been could have made a
2015.
show.
It's believed that the show would have been CGI like Microsoft's other rare animated series at the time, Viva Pinata. In the early 2000s, now owned by Microsoft, Rare would start development on Banjo X/3E and Banjo Kazooie. However, the prototype was soon canceled and the project most likely just became nuts and bolts. After this, in the late 2000s, Rare would get together a prototype for Banjo Karting, building it on the blocks set by nuts and bolts. Sadly, Microsoft would order the company to put everything away to focus on the Kinect, LOL, and the racing vehicle. You can still see one of the cars meant to be featured in the game as Banjo's ride in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Those prototypes are most likely completely lost and haven't leaked in any capacity. Anyone remember all the insane hype leading to the Simpsons land and ride at Universal Studios? With so much kid-focused advertisement, there's no surprise that there was a Flash game created to promote the upcoming motion simulated coaster. The Flash game titled Catapult to Krusty Land was hosted on the site made to promote the ride and would be a typical slingshot game that most 2000s Flash game kids remember. Players were tasked with timing and aiming their slingshot just right to shoot their created Simpsons avatars and some celebrities including Jay Leno, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and John McCain into the Universal Studios Park gates. The game even featured a leaderboard. The site lay up for rioting, but in 2010 it would be taken down and the game, never being copied anywhere else, would go on to be lost. I can't wait for the same to happen to the ride because I'm sorry, but it hasn't aged the best for my neck or eyes. Did you know there was a time when people thought Sonic 06 was going to be good? Back in 2005, there was a tech demo for the game that showed up at Tokyo Toy Show with many differences. Sonic's animations, Sonic Adventure, it had a more consistent frame, grind speed transition system. Overall, it just had a lot more going for it compared to the final version. However, like most tech demos, it would become lost media. But there are fan projects made to revive it for new audiences to try, such as Project TGS. Remember Yahoo Answers? This site was one based on community questions and answers. Users would ask questions for anyone to answer, and others could upvote these answers to allow for more. Think of a beta version of Reddit without the Redditors' gold and karma. Just like Reddit, though, many would call it a joke due to how many people were on there asking dumb and poorly formed questions and receiving the same type of answers. In 2021, Yahoo Answers would be completely shut down, with most of these questions and answers being lost to time forever. The site was simply closed due to it becoming less popular. An archivist group called the Archive Team preserved 4.75 terabytes to the Internet Archive once the site entered read-only mode shortly before it shut down, but everything couldn't be saved.
Oh, get out, bruh. I'm muting this. Stop on them ad. Oh, fuck. Oh boy, let's go.
At all times. One brand that was popular for this was Screenmates, which were hosted on the website Think Desktop, which featured properties like Family Guy, SpongeBob, the Pillsbury Doughboy, and even straight up companies like Hawaiian Airlines. These desktop toys all came with their own features, which included adding characters, music, clips, showing news, and setting up dates for events. In the 2010s, this just wasn't it anymore, and screenmates would go defunct, with some being archived.
Yeah. No, like Super Monkey Ball.
G's would find the entire game with that missing content on Mike Dobin's site.
Yeah.
Many believe that there's a
Okay.
piece of lost media related to the Shrek cringe compilation image. That
High in
media is
4K.
allegedly an ad for the HP
That's
PhotoSmart
another point.
945 the 2000, with two readily available to watch online. However, no one has found or even knows if one featuring Shrek taking that picture with the camera exists.
Yeah.
The original Jimmy Neutron film of 2001 was heavily promoted on Nickelodeon. Neutron interrupts shows with gags, such as changing the characters
Yeah.
from SpongeBob
I
into
just like
puppets,
this. I
Fairly Odd
not a
Parents,
cream.
one that made the Rugrats audio Spanish, and one that had Jimmy appear in Rocket Power. In 2004, McDonald's would introduce the Winnie Herman addition to the ads. Betty and Payne featured a bunch of McDonald's paychecks from people that got close to them. Featured a black woman eating a chicken select. A flight attendant would go to throw the meal away thinking the woman was finished, with the woman telling them, "You better don't." This stereotypical and racist black depiction would make the commercial insanely controversial. Mostly playing a Nick and Splat was aired on Nick as a programming block prize. Running from July to October of that year, the show would become completely lost, save for 2 episodes, a clip montage, and a reel.
Damn.
It's crazy how much lost media there is surrounding Angry Birds.
Angry
When the
Bird.
game dropped in 2009, it took over the world so hard that the developers behind it, Robio, couldn't help but milk it for all it's worth. So there are so many versions of the game that were bound to be lost. The Angry Birds Pop and Flip the Bird Facebook versions, Angry Birds Flash, Angry Birds Google Plus, and Advent Challenge
Never played
are
those.
all lost versions of the title. Back in 2002, the Nick Jr. show, Oswald, would crossover with the reality TV show featuring Ozzy Osbourne and his family, the
Really?
Osbournes, in a commercial.
I never seen
The
Oswald.
commercial
I never actually
showcased
watched it.
Oswald and his
Yeah, I mean,
co-cast
it didn't
dubbed
really.
over with audio from the
Brazil,
Osbournes,
the
complete with
Brazilian
censored
dub is
swearing.
lost media.
Many completely remember this being a thing,
Exciting.
along
This
with other
I don't know if it's
variations,
banger.
such as one with Oswald singing Ozzy
Yeah,
Osbourne
I wish I
tracks.
could. I wish
According
I
to a
would have
news
watched
group post
Oswald,
of
but
July
that makes sense.
2002, the ad definitely aired on Nick. However, nothing has been found regarding it.
What part
Titled
okay.
The Smell of Vengeance.
I
The
I wish I
episode
watched
features
that
a group
episode.
of villains
Yeah, a couple
that use
episodes
a
are good.
stink gun that shoots out a stinky smoke. The Los Angeles Times states that in the episode, New York City was the first place to be attacked by the smoke, and we'd be shown the city getting
Oh
hit by
God.
it, accompanied with people jumping out the Twin Towers to escape. The first location was changed to Kansas City, with citizens escaping in their cars instead. The original version remains lost and most likely never will be found. Slime Time Live was huge when I was a kid, and I'm just now finding out many show for Double Dare, but it ended up outliving it, beating it in popularity, most likely because we couldn't stop wondering what all that slime tasted like. Slime Time Live was a game show that typically aired between shows and commercials and mini segments, where players answered questions and did tasks correctly or got slime. Just about every episode is lost media, with most of what's found being from the 2003 event Summer Slime Live. Before we got the new hit JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime adaptation, there was an anime film titled Phantom Blood released in 2007. The movie was based on the first JoJo's part of the same name and produced by studio APPP to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the series after being teased in 2004. However, upon viewing, fan and critical reception was mixed, with many disliking changes made in the second half's pacing. After its theatrical run, Phantom Blood was never seen again, with many speculating the reason behind it being Studio APPP losing the license to the series and the poor reception of the film. The movie's director, Junichi Hayama, claimed in an interview that it was to come to DVD, but for unknown reasons, the rights holders of the JoJo's IP, Shueisha, are still shots, some promo images, some trailers, and the first 16 minutes minus audio. There is, however, a
Yeah,
partial reconstruction available of the film on YouTube.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, I wonder. We hope that that can be completely found.
Back at E3 2002, Capcom announced that their then new JoJo's game, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, would get a Western release that October. That
Yeah.
same year, the title would be delayed until 2003. Capcom eventually went radio silent on the localization, despite the game being far long enough to be rated by the ESRB with the M rating, and having its box art shown off in the English Shonen Jump magazine. The
Oh,
localization was never leaked or even shown off, but the game now has an unofficial English patch. The 2002 horror film, The Ring, was heavily marketed through hidden ads on random websites that were played somewhat ARG style, sharing info on the characters and the tape in the film. All of these teasers and trailers have been lost due to the websites being shut down post-marketing.
damn.
The Arthur spin-off, Postcards from Buster, has lost media based on the episode titled Sugar Time, Heinsberg,
Where's
Vermont.
some
It follows
content
Buster
from
on Mother's
Buster's?
Day, and during it, while finding his mom a gift, he'd go to Vermont and meet a lesbian couple. The lost media that comes from this is a PSA, as the episode was so controversial that the then U.S. Secretary of Education, Margaret Spellings, would demand PBS to pull the federal funding used to produce the episode.
Oh
Thus,
my.
a PSA was created by the Family Pride Coalition, who stands for LGBTQ families, about said controversy. The PSA is now lost, despite allegedly airing on television and being hosted on the FPC's website. The Academy Awards were known to feature cutaways of animated characters that starred in
That's so
nominated
good there.
films, such as Shrek, the Toy Story cast, and Jimmy
Actually,
Neutron. There are a few from
love that so much.
2002 and 2007 that were partially found and unused in case the verdict deemed it necessary for alternate character reactions. Currently, the only alternate reactions found from these years are one of Jimmy Neutron winning and Cars winning.
All right.
I remember when I was a kid, I was in love with the PS2 Ape Escape games, and I was pleasantly surprised and in disbelief when I saw it randomly had a show on Nicktoons. No one believe me. Well, they're
Yeah,
almost
shit.
reality.
I don't know.
As English dub, most have simply been lost, most likely for good.
Damn, I don't know those.
Remember back in
Oh,
2006 when there was all that talk of a live-action cinematic Halo adaptation with Peter Jackson at the helm? After monetary issues caused concern, that was quickly canceled, and a bit of development and concept materials went without fanfare, becoming lost. However, there was a lot shared and seen through other concept art and props online. Peter Jackson and 9. However, scripts from Del Toro and Andrew Garland remain lost. The Crazy Frog craze from the 2000s unsurprisingly resulted in money schemes other than the ringtone commercial we've all sat through. One of those come-ups was a DS puzzle game that went through development titled Crazy Frog Collectible Faces by Cypron Studios. This game was a sequel to the game Crazy Frog Collectibles Art School. It was supposed to be a quote-unquote funny puzzle game that supports single-card multiplayer, according to Cypron Studios' archive site. Other than that, all we know is the game was canceled after development began, with nothing being shown off of it other than box art. If you thought Crazy Frog games were pushing it, just wait. Jamster All-Stars was a game that was supposed to star all those ringtone characters.
Oh yeah, I
In
think
the game, you play as these quote-unquote all-stars, including Sweetie the Chick,
Yeah,
number
I've
one
seen
from
that
Mad
quote
Dogs,
before.
and Nessie the Dragon, and have to track down Crazy Frog to get back the musical magic for the Jamster world. The game had 12 levels with different settings. It was also supposed to drop in 2007, even featuring box art and gameplay screenshots, but was canceled. Probably because no one really cared about these characters and Jamster getting caught for their crooked advertisements.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be an anime adaptation of the Disney Channel series Hannah Montana, animated by Toei Animation. Back in 2010, news of the show leaked on the site now known as Kazenshu. In a thread, an animator of Toei Animation's Philippines, named Wasted Wisher, leaked the Dragon Ball game and talked about his work on Digimon Cross Wars, as well as an upcoming Hannah Montana anime, which began development in 2009. This leaker was later fired, keeping quiet on the matter. Wisher and another Toei Philippines animator were contacted and still stood by the anime being a thing. However, they had no access to animations due to Toei being protective of their assets. Soft Spider-Man game, Spider-Man 2 Intra Electro's release was joined by a myth saying that Thor was supposed to make a spider glider, would find evidence of this myth being real via the Wayback Machine. Through Activision's Spider-Man game
Yeah,
website,
dude.
an image of Spider-Man facing
I
Thor
don't
was
understand this.
found. In 2025, Reddit user Bobby Fan 8 would post a full video as he downloaded it on an old hard drive on October. The games have been saved and can be played via Flashpoint Archive. Some are completely lost. Missing games include the Children of Mana Gem
I'm not gonna
Challenge,
play these.
Kirby Squeak Squad Speedy Tea Time, Magical Star Sign Trivia, Nintendo Fusion Tour Trivia, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Star Fox Command, and Tetris DS, among others. Originally had a different ending. Instead of
Really?
what we got, we were supposed to see the nerd drop a classic improv rant about the game. Mike stated that the scene ended up being replaced due to an error that had the video muted. The Plush Video YouTube channel SML, formerly known as Super Mario Logo, has gone through 4 separate channels and each has had its fair share of videos deleted for different reasons. While most of the Junior and Jeffy era videos have been archived, many from before the time when fully his channel's identity with various series have such lost. Mario Predicts the Super Bowl, Mario's Dumb Adventures Episode 1, Mario and Tony Fan Club, and Angry Birds Harlem Shake. The old Pop-Tarts Crazy Good era came with a bunch of flash games meant to make kids into fans of the product. After this era of the Pop-Tarts ended around 2010, the site removed the Crazy Good aesthetic and flash games. This is another case of a website that was simply shut down, resulting in a bunch of lost flash games. G4 was a TV channel from the 2000s based entirely on video games, pop culture, and all things nerd media. The channel was also full of currently lost media, as in the case of a lot of media from back then without physical releases. The shows made popular on G4 such as the variety show Attack of the Show, the gaming show X-Play, the Hasbro infomercial show Action Blast, the Super Big Product Fun Show, which repurposed Japanese variety show footage, the eating competition show from the crap era when G4 was trying to be less game-focused, Hurl, Portal, the channel's Machinima series, and Ninja Warrior all had their fair share of lost media. As of now, the only show completely archived from start to finish is G4's Proving Ground.
Alright. What?
The Spike TV reboot of Ren and Stimpy features a lot of deleted scenes from the episode Stimpy's Pregnant.
Not this episode.
This was the final episode of the series and has Stimpy getting pregnant with Ren's son until he found out he was just constipated. The deleted scene has Stimpy inviting Ren to his room to smash, with Stimpy basically forcing him to keep going while wearing BDSM gear. Ren tries to escape but ends up back in the bedroom. The series creator has spoken on the scene and confirmed that it was planned and ended up unused. It's unknown if it got further than just being a concept, making any lost media behind it a myth. Did you know that the anime The Slayers was supposed to get a kidified version for the Fox Kids block? The series had been wanting a bid for it over Cartoon Network, and it's confirmed that the series had its redub recorded by Lisa Ortiz, who voiced the main character. She stated that they were edited to avoid violence and sexual jokes. No one knows how far this Fox dub went, but it ended
Yeah.
up canceled and the edits were never released.
Damn.
The Smosh website once had a Flash section where animations. Many of these animations being exclusive to the site were lost for some time due to the section being removed due to a hard drive crash in 2006. While this resulted in the shorts being unwatchable, all but two were eventually found and archived.
Yeah.
Remember the Java Games Club Pogo website we all tried to play on until you realized you had to pay money? This was a subscription-based site that acted as a paid and more premium counterpart to the free Pogo.com. The site allowed visitors to play extra games unavailable on the free version, join chat rooms, make an avatar, win prizes, and not have to see ads. Club Pogo was archived. Most of the exclusive games can't be played due to each missing a key file. Flash games going missing is also the case of Crash and Spyro Adventure World, a site made to promote the Crash and Spyro crossover games and sell Nabisco products. To unlock the Flash minigames, one had to buy. I was trying so hard not to laugh at that. They did anything to sell products back in the day. Once the promo ended, so did the cards, meaning the games wouldn't be accessible anymore. After it was shut down, the developer recovered all but 3 of them and uploaded them to the Flashpoint archive. In 2007, there was talk of a Halo demo for the Nintendo DS. Talk of such a thing came alive when a member of IGN made a post saying that he played it, and later a video would surface showcasing it. 2 Bungie employees would refute this, saying that there was never officially funded or a sanctioned DS Halo game, with most likely being some unsolicited prototype pitched to Nintendo. Be revealed in 2005 by Digino Gaming that the publishers and devs behind it were InSpace, who did indeed use the demo as a pitch that Microsoft would approve, but Nintendo obviously would reject.
Yeah, Nintendo.
Out of Jimmy's Head was a kid's sitcom about a kid who could see and interact with cartoons after being hit by a train and given the brain of basically that world's Walt Disney.
I only watched maybe
not much to say here other than that the show was so bad that Cartoon Network basically tried to wipe it off the face of the planet, and for years it be lost media. I remember buying an episode on Xbox Live as a kid. I know Batman couldn't get that, for me it was a guilty pleasure of mine. And one day I just couldn't access it anymore, regardless of it being downloaded. The series would be lost for years until the first 3 episodes were found on DVD, and the rest from a user that happened to have recorded when they re-aired on Cartoon Germany. Remember the Littlest Pet Shop MMO? Back in 2009, EA and Hasbro released Littlest Pet Shop Online that allowed players to make their own pet, play games, and talk with others. Toys also started to come packed with codes.
I was never big into
as the case of many of these old MMOs, LPSO would eventually go offline with community members now creating their own playable version, restoring music, art, and more. Currently, most of the original assets of the game are still lost. Nicktropolis is another Flash MMO that went offline and is one I messed around on a bit. You make an avatar, play games, make a room, and talk in a safe chat with other players. The game went offline in 2016, and I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't really that good.
Yeah.
To Catch a Predator is a show that featured Chris Hansen confronting Preds that attempted to solicit the underage. Fans are now trying to archive all episodes, chat logs, interviews, interrogations, and podcasts featured on the show. Every episode and interview is archived. However, many uncut Hansen confrontations, podcasts, police interrogations, and some chat logs are still lost. Before it was released as a full show, Mr. Meaty premiered as a bunch of shorts on the Nickelodeon and Nicktoons channel. Many of the shorts were released online, but one named Beef Bop Alula is still lost. The series' special effects artist and puppeteer, Ryan Luigi, showed a DVD menu where you can see the name of the episode, but nothing has been uploaded concerning it.
Oof.
The Chamber was a short-lived game show where contestants were strapped to a chair and subjected to earthquake simulations, extreme heat, and insanely cold temperatures while answering quiz questions. The show was basically televised torture and would end up canceled due to a plagiarism case from the show The Chair, a lawsuit from a hospitalized contestant, and extremely negative viewer response. The 3 aired episodes of the show have been archived, but there are 3 that were never shown that remain lost. There was supposed to be an extra gimmick added to the Subway Jarrett commercials that introduced his brother Jermaine, who was made to sell the more unhealthy Subway options. 3 of these commercials were filmed but never aired due to Jarrett's crimes having him wiped from anything considering Subway. I'm not surprised that this one is lost at all. because I swapped channels as soon as trading aired from 2003 to 2011. With what viewer base, I don't know. And with the only physical media releases being exclusive to the video now, which I don't know who bought, only 11 episodes have been archived. Brain Rush is another show that no one was trying to watch. Back in 2009, during Cartoon Network's Seeing Real era, where they tried to implement more live-action programming, this show would air with the premise being having contestants answer quiz questions on a roller coaster for 3 rounds. Each round takes place on a scarier coaster, and the winner would get $5,000. Like the other Seeing Real shows, Brain Rush was poorly received and quickly canceled. For a time, it was available online till it.
Why Cartoon Network will allow to make live action shows on their because Cartoon Network is about cartoons, not live action.
Various internet users managed to find and upload episodes to YouTube, with episode 4 being the only one not fully archived. Did you know that there was supposed to be a PS2 port of Halo Combat Evolved? Before the series and Bungie became purchased by Microsoft, the company got halfway through developing a version of the game for Microsoft's competitor, as the game was intended to go multiplat. What you're seeing right now is a few clips from that PS2 build that will likely never fully see the playable light of day.
Alright, we are going more deeper. I think
the Nintendo On was a big viral hoax in 2006 that fooled people into thinking that him to use uncorrupted files to make a video that we have access to now. The extended version, which is supposed to be 30 minutes long, is completely lost. However, there are sketches of Peach on Pablo's art station that are remains of that extended version. Shin Megami Tensei Devil Children Light and Dark is a children's adaptation of the Megami Tensei spinoff Devil Children or Demi Kids. And yes, I'm glad I finally get to talk about some SMT. The anime series would air from 2002 to 2003, and without a home media release, it was up to the internet users to upload the series somewhere, which user Nudoru would do to the site Nico Nico Duga. Many of these episodes would be taken down due to copyright infringement. However, episodes 1 through 8 and 21 through 52 would be uploaded to the Internet Archive, with the remaining 12 being lost forever.
Rip.
1 vs 100 Live was one of those old 360 games that you just know no one tried to play. This downloadable title adapted the TV game show of the same name, where one player answers trivia against 100 for the prize of Microsoft points, which was real currency. The game was free as long as you had Xbox Live Gold, but after 2 seasons of not pulling in enough revenue, and due to the game only being playable on special days, it ended up being taken down. However, you can still watch it easily on YouTube.
Okay.
The Super Gaming Brothers Let's Play channel, created and run by Some Call Me Johnny, has its own small pieces of lost media. One is one of the channel's earliest videos, SGB Look Back, 3D Sonic games, where he reviewed Sonic Adventures, Adventure 2, Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, 06, and Secret Rings to hype for the upcoming Sonic Unleashed. In 2011, he would delete all these videos as he just didn't like the low quality of them. While these days, those would have been archived by now, back then, due to him not being as popular, it wasn't happening.
Wow.
Dragon Tales Live is a series of live musicals based on the old
I remember
PBS
Dragon
Kids
Tales.
cartoon,
I
Dragon
don't
Tales.
remember
After it blew up in popularity, the series would get adapted into this 90-minute stage show format and tour from 01 to 06. Of the 3 show variations, only one has been somewhat found, with there being 30 minutes available of the Missing Music Mystery Show, as well as images and 2 commercials. However, the other 2, Journey to Crystal Cave and Riddle of Rainbow, are currently lost aside from a small number of photos.
Oof.
Domo Nation was an animation and video sharing website where users could use pre-made models and animations of characters from the then popular Domo series, along with other Go animations to make their own mini animations. These users could then publish their shorts to the site to share with others, where viewers could rate and, if I remember correctly, comment on there. It also had its own forums. While the site itself was archived, the animations and accounts attached to Domo Animate were completely deleted when the site was shut down on September 15th, 2014. You can watch some uploaded animations here on YouTube, but other than that, everything else is history. Thank you so much for watching. Like and comment and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.
So, well, guys, that was the video, guys. Yeah, so I enjoyed this. Yeah, Iceberg video. I always love Iceberg videos. That was pretty fun. Yeah. So yeah, nothing much to say. So yeah, I'm going, guys. So see you guys next time, and goodbye, guys, and goodbye.